That hurt. More verticality. All right, welcome to the Straight Red Card. We are back. We're going to start with the weekend report, so you know what the hell happened this weekend with Americans abroad. And you know, this is going to be the last report for a little while because we've got camp going on. Did you check out the Aronson interview?
I did, yes.
Oh man, he's a good interview.
He is a good interviewer. Yeah, absolutely.
He does not bullshit or toe any company line. In fact, they had to correct him at the very end when he's like, "Yeah, I think we're taking steps towards being, you know, the biggest team in CONCACAF or the Titanic or the mega team." I don't know what he said. And then he finished, and the guy, of course, that twerp behind him, that guy that makes all the stupid announcements, went, "Just want to be clear," he said, "we are taking steps. Steps." It's like, dude, that was pretty clear. And none of these pussies, I'm sorry, they're not all pussies, obviously, but
Sure.
None of these guys are going to write something that makes a headline for the other team, for Mexico. So I didn't think he had anything to worry about, but man, is he sensitive. I mean, he literally said, "I want to be clear." He said, "taking steps." Really? You got to clarify that? That's exactly what he just said.
I'm pretty sure the actual answer he gave clarified that.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. But that's how worried they are about giving Mexico any headline material.
Don't need man in the mirror references played there.
Well, I don't even think him clarifying that really makes a difference. If a Mexican tabloid wants to take that line and run with it and just cut out the taking steps part, they're going to do it anyhow.
Anyways, yeah, regardless, I think it almost made it worse that he had to clarify, because now let's just say we go to Azteca and Mexico beats us or scores a goal. Somebody runs over to the camera and lifts up his shirt and is like, "Yeah, steps backwards," or something like that.
Just to mock Pulisic's shirt pulling up. Yeah. Oh, God. And so it's telling to me, and we'll get to this later in the show, that the two guys that were interviewed were Aronson and Robinson. Yep. So, you know, those two guys are starting next game.
Dude,
just telling you. That's how that works.
We're talking about Aronson. Clearly Jedi was going to start. I mean, Who else is going to start at left back right now? But I mean, we're talking about Aronson being good at interviews. I think Robinson's really good at interviews too.
Oh, he is. I like it because they're not guarded, or they don't feel like they're guarded. They're just natural. They are who they are. That's not going to change during an interview. Well, while you watch Pulisic do an interview and you just want to, drag a sharp knife across your wrists, it's so boring.
Yeah, I mean, Robinson even mentioned something along the lines of how he thinks that, we have some of the best talent in CONCACAF, some along those lines.
I'm surprised he wasn't corrected.
That's just his opinion, folks. That's just his opinion.
That turd.
Don't share that thought process.
I'm going to start calling him the turd in the background.
It's probably a big fan of our show, too. If you're a big fan of our show, let us know, and we'll cut it out.
I wouldn't want that guy on our show anyhow. Because he is the turd. He's the guy who speaks before Greg speaks and after Greg speaks. And he's annoying. And he makes these grand proclamations and fact pieces or points that he wants the press to focus on. I mean,
I'm sorry. We're big boys. We can handle an interview without being led there by, holding hands.
I mean, the only
Berhalter has called in more people in this World Cup qualifying than any coach before him,
and more players under the age of 24 than any player since so and so in 1926. Yeah, okay, great. So let's do this quick weekend update, and we have plenty of time for bullshitting on segment 2 and 3. So Saturday, Stefan did not dress. I'm guessing maybe he just got on a plane early and left.
Well, I think Man City did us a favor there, making sure he's fresh for these 3 games
by not sitting him on the bench for 90. No, I think he left early. I think that's what happened.
Well, yeah, I imagine the coach came to him and he goes, "Bro, you're not going to start. You might as well just at home."
Yeah, go for it. Go head to camp, man. Have a few days off and head to camp. Ethan Horvath was in the 18. Jesus Christ.
Huzzah! Number one goalkeeper right there.
Alex Mighton is injured. Dwayne Holmes did not dress. I think he has the Rona. Tim Ream and Jedi went 90 and another win for Fulham. They are just trouncing people right now. Ola Sunday went 50 and a loss. So it's good to see him back because he's been hurt, now back again. Matthew Ola Sunday for Preston North End. Timothy Weah went 67 and a loss for Lille. This is just not last year's Lille. I don't know what's going on. They're just not the same team this year.
They were taking advantage of the height of COVID, I guess.
They're just not. I don't know. I don't know. They're not kicking people's ass. Like I know they lost a player. Can't remember his name, but I didn't think it was going to make that big a difference. They actually lost 2 players. Conrad did not dress. Pepi 57 and a loss for Augsburg, and I didn't see the ratings from Build this time around. I hope they weren't as bad.
Yeah, did you watch the game?
I did. I mean,
I thought he was fine. I mean, there are definitely things that still can work on. And again, so there were a lot of people, not a lot of people. There were enough people on Twitter that were like, "Oh man, you got subbed off in the 57th minute. I hope this isn't an indication of something." I'm like, he's played less than 2 games worth of minutes, and he's about to go play 3 full games in 6 days with the United States men's national team. I would wager this was part of their plan. Hey, we're going to start you, but we're going to sub you out early, or something along those lines. I don't know.
I mean, I think the thing is he's starting games. That's what matters. And I don't think there's a real replacement for him on the team. They're starting. I think they start. What they do? A 4-4-2, I believe, is what they start the game with two center forwards or 2 forwards. So if that's what they're going to continue to play, he's going to be one of those 2 guys.
Yeah.
So I think we're fine there. Scally got the last 3 minutes and a loss. Chris Richards 90 and a loss. Gio Reyna didn't dress, still injured. Timothy Tillman 84 in a win for Greuther Fürth. Holy shit. All of a sudden now, I think that's a couple wins in the last few weeks. I don't know. Maybe they'll creep out of the dungeons like Norwich was doing.
No,
who knows?
It's not going to happen. I thought that was just their second win period.
It's
their second win.
I think they have 10 points. They're way down there.
Yeah, they get 10 points. Yeah, it's 2 wins and 4 draws and 14 losses. 17 goals for, 52 goals against.
Oh. Yeah, they're very bad. Julian Green is now listed
barely over halfway, man.
Julian Green is now listed as injured. So I don't know what happened in practice because he's not getting injured in the games because he's not playing them. So
being more knowledgeable on European soccer as a whole, has there really been a team that's let in 100 goals in a season? I mean, we're a little over halfway here, and they're at 52 goals against. I mean, I'm not saying they're going to get to 100, but it could be damn close.
There have been teams on my FIFA when I play with my stepson who've ended the season with 100 goals scored on them, and we would score most of them. But yeah, I don't think I'm sure it's been done. I'm sure there's been somebody who's been bad, but I can't imagine or can't think of anyone as bad as Greuther Fürth, really, in the Bundesliga for the last decade. They're got to be the worst team ever. So Tanner Tessman went 66, so in a loss, but he got pulled out early last game, so we're kind of worried maybe that was a bad sign, but he started again, almost went 70. Busio has the Rona. Keith Pierre still injured. I feel like
we talked about this last time.
I've been saying this for 2 years. It feels like Keith Pierre is injured. Matthew Hoppe in the 18 didn't play in a loss. We'll get to more on Hoppe in another segment. Yunus Musa, a goal in 88 minutes for Valencia. That is good, even though they lost. It's good that he got a goal before he comes to
promising sign. He's not getting 17 minutes a game anymore. So
yes. Yeah, I mean, he's really earned his way onto that team. Chris Durkin, 20 in a loss for St. Truden. Marlon Fossey, 90 at right wing back for in a win for Bolton. Lyndon Gooch, also down in League One, 90 minutes and a win. Ryan Malone, 90 for Hansa Rostock in a tie. I used to say Butler and Hawkins just don't even bother with them because they never play for Ingolstadt, but I just found out that Butler was transferred away to even a lower team in Germany. But Hawkins
might be a point where you can scribble that name off too. Then
I did. It's literally scribbled off on my list. I just can identify what it's under the scribble.
Yeah, guys. I mean, we Derek tends to cover a lot of people, and he brings up a lot of people that are like second, third division. But at some point,
I do.
At some point, these people are just going to get axed because they're barely part of the conversation.
I only bring them up. I know Ryan Malone. I just brought him up. He plays for Hansa Rostock in 2 Bundesliga, and he's a center back. And he's 29 years old or 28 or somewhere around there. So he's old. I could scratch him off too. But Hawkins and Butler are young kids. So that's why I covered them. That's why I tracked them, because I don't know, they might turn out to be something.
Yeah. And you can sit here going like, we've been covering them for 3 years.
Exactly. Kevin Langford, 30 for Wiesbaden in a tie. Mark Heider, also in 3 Bundesliga, 89 for Osnabrück, along with Andrew Wooten. He's also on Osnabrück now. He only got a minute. Marcel Kostley, 90 for Mannheim, got another assist and a win. Mail Corbos, 75 for Verl and a loss. Brian Ko did not dress for Victoria Berlin, but, that's been normal. He's not playing hardly at all there. It's not good news for Brian Ko, because everybody had really high hopes for this kid, and he can't play in a lower Bundesliga team or get minutes. Adam Lengus, 60 for RW Oberhausen. Mendez, 45 for Vizela. He got scratched at halftime. I'm not going to say I hope it's an injury, but the guy who came in for him, Guzzo or whatever his name is, scored. Oof. So that's not good when you get yanked at halftime and the guy they throw in scores the winning goal for the team. Okay. Christian Ramirez, 73 and a goal for Aberdeen. Guy can't stop scoring. And that was against Brian Schwackies. Yes, Brian Schwackie or Schwacka. He plays for Edinburgh City in Scotland. He went the 90 in the loss. They play in a lower league in Scotland. He's only 20 years old. I've never heard of this kid until this game. I'm like going over the stats. I'm like, there's an American flag on the other team. That's weird. Who would that be? Brian Schwackie. Okay, Schwacka. Ian, I'm sure he just says Schwack. That would be my guess since he's American. My name's Brian Schwack. Ian Harks, 20 minutes. They lost in overtime. Dundee United won it in overtime. I'm sorry. He got the last 20 minutes in overtime. CCV rested for the cup game. They didn't need to play him for a cup game.
Yeah.
In Scotland, they played some. I can't even remember, but I didn't recognize the name of the team. Jaboli Arayebi, 90 for Ankaragachu in a win. He plays left winger. And by the way, Ankaragachu still rests in the promotion place, the auto promotion spot in Turkey. So he could be going up next year. And I think I've said that before. Sunday Pulisic was in the 18, didn't play. EPB, 90 for Troyes in a loss. Didn't have a good game. Gio Caccini, 20 for Montpellier, was decent in those 20 minutes. Tyler Adams, 35 for Leipzig, and they beat up on Brooks' team, Wolfsburg. Brooks went the 90, 2-0. And now Wolfsburgs are only 2 points safe from the drop zone. Yikes. Malik Tillman in the 18 for Bayern, but all the Bayern guys that were sick with the Rona or had injuries are coming back. So I don't know how much more time he's going to get. Toljan injured for Sassuolo. Brian Reynolds did not dress for Roma because he made a transfer, right?
Yep.
Okay, God damn it.
You got transferred to the Belgian league, and you said you're going to help me pronounce those names.
I was going to. Kortrijk.
The name of the team ends with just kidding. So
I know, a J and a K. Somehow my notes disappeared. Oh, here it is, dummy. It's on the next page. Yeah, it's Kortrijk. And the reason I know that is the guy that plays for DC United used to play on Kortrijk. He was a center back, and he played there for a while. Played there for 2 or 3 years. And he was just loaned back. So he was at Kortrijk, loaned to DC United, went back to Kortrijk, loaned back to DC United.
Thank you for saying the name like 700 times in those 3 sentences. So it's Kortrijk.
Yes, Kortrijk. And I could be wrong, but that's what somebody told me it was pronounced as. So I'll blame them and come after them if that's not true.
For me, it'd be always not gonna pronounce that properly.
McKennie left midfield, and a great game. I thought he played great against AC Milan in that tie.
Yeah, I think it'd be out of the ordinary if he didn't have a good game at this point.
I mean, he was just disrupting so much shit that AC Milan was trying to do whenever they were trying to do it on his side.
Yeah,
it's like, yeah, that's not probably going to work out well, guys. And so
go to the right. Our left. Go to our left.
Yeah. Go to our left. They worked the ball down the left away from McKennie almost the whole game. They tried to just, we're not going down his side because we know we're going to get fucked up. And when they tried, he fucked it up for them. So
I'm sure there was a plethora of Italian pundits who talked about how bad McKennie was.
I'm sure
any other player on that roster would have been a win for Juventus.
Could Dybala learn to shoot? Could that be something he could learn to do? I mean, how many times is he going to take a shot outside the box and sail it 50 feet above the goal? All right. He's got to fix that. Cole Bassett did not dress for Feyenoord. He just got there. Luca de la Torre, 9 for Heracles. That's good. Getting some time before he gets here with us. Richie Ledesma in the 18 for PSV did not play. Johan Gomez did not dress for, Jonathan Gomez, not Johan, that's his brother, did not dress for Real Sociedad. He is training with the 2 squad. Serginho Dest, 90 and a win. Oh, Serginho Dest back on the field. Didn't play that well, but you know what?
Hey, you know what? They were losing every game he didn't start.
What I know, but why don't they find him out wide more and let him do his dribbling thing? I don't know. So many times, first of all, they played it down the other side, away from him, completely away from him. And then, when they do go down the right, sometimes they'll get the ball out to him wide, but a lot of times he just ends up standing there twiddling his dick. I mean, I don't know.
Things you can do in Spain, you can't do anywhere else, I guess.
I think that's legal there in public.
That's what people pay. That's what people pay their season tickets to see.
Yeah.
So running from the bowls, throwing tomatoes, and watching people fiddle their dicks.
Twiddle,
whatever. Diddle, whatever.
Anyhow, that was against Alaves, and they really should be beating a team like Alaves convincingly, and they didn't. It's too much dicking around with the ball, man. It's too slow. I fell fucking asleep watching that on my computer. I'm like, did something happen? No, we didn't play. Yeah. Oh, watching Barcelona is like fucking grass grow right now. Otasowie did not dress. What a surprise. But hey, guess who did? Tajon Buchanan, who plays for Canada. Come on out, Otasowie. Mark McKenzie, 67 and a loss for Genk. Joe Effort did not dress. I'm not sure why. Nick Carrera in the 18 for Holstein Kiel. His younger brother was just called up. Nicholas Carrera's younger brother was just called up to the U20s. And his brother's a goalkeeper. Johan Gomez, 56 in a win for Joe Enox, the American manager, and Zwickau. And Jan George was transferred to Erzberger. So for all of the 183 games that Jan George is dedicated to Jan Regensburg and getting them promoted and all that shit, they just relegated him down a division and transferred him.
Rough.
I mean, I get it. He's 29. He's probably on the other side of good, but come on. Isaiah Young, 90. And there's a name everybody's forgotten. Isaiah Young. Remember when there were such high hopes for that kid? But he didn't score a goal. But it's way down in Regional Liga for Essen.
Oddly enough, I don't recognize that name.
Oh, he was like on a lot of our youth teams for a while. I think he started out at Hoffenheim. And then it just kept getting worse every other season.
I don't know. I pride myself on knowing a lot of the young prospects, but
yeah, that one is not going to work out. Caleb Stanko, 90 for Pas in Greece in a loss, but they're still in the promotion area. Sebastian Salcedo, 63 for Pumas in a loss. Sebastian Soto did not dress for Porto 2. He is the whole season. He's played 218 minutes in 8 games. 1 goal. There are 4 attackers on the team in Porto 2 who are almost all younger than him, who play more than he does. Okay. This is not good. Not good. And nothing happened on Monday except for the fact that Indiana Vassilev is reportedly back with the Aston Villa U23 team, but he never dresses for them in the 2 games he's been back for that. So maybe he didn't go back, or maybe they told him to go just take a rest or something. Or maybe he's training with the big boys. I don't know, but I haven't heard his name since the loan. Yeah, since his loan with Inter Miami ended. So, all right, that's going to do it for this show. We're going to get on to segment 2, so we can do more babbling. All right, good night. That hurt.